Okay, I'd like to open this video with a question for you, and I want you to think about it before you answer. Think honestly about what you normally do in this situation. Okay, here's the question. After you read a question in the SAT, do you immediately go and look at the answer choices? Yes or no? Okay, think about it, be honest. Do you read the question and then just quickly skim the answer choices? Yes or no? If your answer is yes, that's not a good technique. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that. Many kids come to me often and they think like the answer choices are their friends. They think if they read through the answer choices, they'll be able to kind of figure out what the question's about and then potentially figure out what kind of answer they're looking for. This is a terrible approach. You should never do that. A better approach is after you read the question, pause, read back to the text if you need to, and then come up with an answer choice before you look at those answer choices, A, B, C, D. Now, the reason behind that is it's very solid logic. The reason for that is the College Board is very careful at making distractor answer choices. They know exactly what different types of students will be attracted to in different types of answer choices. So the only way to sort of escape the trap, which is already made in the question, is to not play their game, right? So you ignore the answer choices completely and you find the kind of answer that you would like to see in the answer choices before you go and look at them. Okay, so I'm going to say that all again. You read the question, you don't look at the answer choices, then you go back to the text if you need to, and you try and find the potential answer that you're looking for before you go into those answer choices. Okay, honestly, that is an ideal way to practice. If you can practice reading the questions and then kind of coming up with your sort of anticipated answer, what I call in my tutoring, the rough answer, before you look at the answer choice, you'll be in a very strong position when you look at those answer choices. Okay, I compare the coming up with a rough answer to kind of like an anchor on a ship, right? Your rough answer is what anchors you. Okay, if you don't have an anchor, when the wind blows, you just, you go this way, you go that way, and that's exactly what happens with the answer choices. You'll look at one answer choice and say, man, that's actually a pretty good point. And then you'll read another one and say, that sounds even better, right? Because why? Because the College Board knows how you think. So don't play by their rules, okay? Don't look at the answer choices unless you have to. Obviously, there are some exceptions. For example, if the question is in the answer choice, I mean something like where it's a question like, for example, the author would agree with, and then A is something, B is something, C is something. Obviously, then, the author could agree with many things based on the text, and you can't figure that out without reading the answer choice. But honestly, that's only, one question in, 30 questions will be like that. It's a very rare question. Most of the time, you're able to read the question, read the text, and figure out a good rough answer, and then move on to the answer choices. So when you're practicing, use that approach. Okay, don't just read the question and then go on to the answer choices. Okay, great.